Diamonds are forever. Flows on open and caresses.
Yes, you're watching AFCRDTV, and for a coolish Tuesday evening at Hayden Road, it finishes AFC Rushden Diamonds 5, Grantham Town 1. I'm with the manager, Michael Harriman. Michael, where do you start? Obviously a game of two halves, wasn't it?
Oh, you hit the nail on the head, Bruce. Being quite honest, weren't good enough first half. We were not our best. We were a couple of yards off them. So, look, could have been a lot worse. We could have been 3-0 down after the first 10-15 minutes the way we played, but we stayed in the game, got to half time, and then obviously tweaked a few bits, had a discussion with the lads, and then look, the second half, very different.
Yeah, Munn scores for Grantham in only the 7th minute, not the start you wanted, and actually only about a minute or two later, they almost had a second goal, but I believe it was Hughesy, Ryan Hughes made the save, kicking the ball off the line. And like you said, you go in at halftime, you settled into the game a little bit better in the first half, but still, though, you're trailing it at the interval 1-0.
Yeah, it was. You want to go hard. You want to go hard on them, but you have to be realistic that it's 45 minutes to play, and there was another level that we had, and we did find that. I think we started causing them problems, and then, like I said, they've lost their heads. They couldn't deal with us, and yeah, look, the red cards were thoroughly deserved, both of them. 2 yellows, they got no excuse on that. And the challenge for the straight red was a horrific tackle. He's caught Fraser shin high. Fraser, being a good lad, got straight back up, but that doesn't excuse the behaviour afterwards either.
Well, after that first red card for Grantham, Cairo Taylor scores a lovely goal only 5 minutes later in the 57th minute, and the floodgates sort of opened after that.
Yeah, best way I can describe Cairo's goal, it was the catalyst we needed. I think, it's a typical Cairo finish. He's done that a couple of times so far this season and last season. Just put the ball in the net and it gives that ultimate lift and spark, and then the boys were fantastic from there on, and we had opportunities. It could have been a lot more than 5, but we'll settle for 5 on the night.
Oh, of course, in the 69th minute, Jarvis Wilson, the skipper, a screamer of a goal, and that put Diamonds in the lead.
Yeah, look, it's an unbelievable finish, and if it was a striker, we'd be going mental for weeks and months. But I think more on it is that Jarvis is obviously taking the armband at the start of the season, and he's been an immense character in the group. He's driven the group from the back, and I think personally, there's no one more deserving of a goal like that than he was today. So, yeah, look, it just shows that hard work that he's done. He got that reward today, and look, it's only going to be a confidence boost for him moving forward.
Well, yeah, Jarvis definitely a team leader. I believe it was at one point early in the second half with Diamond still trailing 1-0. I don't want to drop an F-bomb, but I could hear Jarvis yell out, wake the F up.
Yeah.
He really got the players rolling and rocking.
Yeah, like I said, he's really grown into that role of skipper and leading the boys, and I think that we've seen a different side of him, and look, the responsibility sometimes can be too much for people, but for him, he's thriving off it, and we're definitely lucky to have him playing the way he is at the moment. And look, if he can score goals like that, why not let him carry on shooting? Probably regret that in a couple of weeks, but for now, we can have it.
Sure. Now, I've never played football myself competitively, but I get the idea sometimes when you're a man up, sometimes it really doesn't make that much of a difference, but when you go 2 men up, it creates exponentially a big advantage for that team. That happened with Diamonds tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, the biggest worry you've got then is a bit of complacency, and I don't think we let that creep into our game. We continue to do the right things at the right times, and we continue going forward. And look, we scored some really good goals after that, and hindsight, look, it's great, but for us it's a massive confidence boost for these lads, because like I said, we're coming into a period now where we've got lots of games coming up, and we're bouncing into them. If we can keep the good run going, then we've got to enjoy it while we can.
Exactly. Well, the goals kept on flowing in. The late second half goals by Charlie Green, Fraser Corden, even a penalty kick by Jamal Adams. That's really important for goal difference that we won by this big of a margin, 5-1.
Yeah, like I said, it's good to get the goals in and on the board, but I think what we need to go back to there is when you look at Chaz, who's moved into that midfield role and has been unbelievable in there. Another player that's thoroughly deserved that goal tonight. Fraser, another player that he's not had the minutes recently, and it's been tough for him because he's a player that game cried out for at times. When it started getting a bit stretched, there's no better player that can get on the ball in there and find pockets of space like Fraser. So no one that thoroughly deserved. And Jamal, like I said, he's on 6 goals now. He's come in and he's been really good leading the line for us. He's been strong, he's been powerful, and he's had opportunities, and it's just a shame that he didn't get more tonight.
Well, a couple of new players for Diamond still settling in. John McHugh and Levon Stewart. Have you been pleased with their play thus far?
Yeah, John's obviously come in, not played a lot of football this thing, and you can see every game that goes past, the more minutes he gets into him, he's getting fitter, he's getting stronger, and he's paced down the wing. It's going to frighten players at times this year. He just needs to continue doing it, square him up and get at him, don't slow it down. And yeah, Levon's coming in, he's got a goal scoring record. He's obviously not got as much minutes as we probably want to get into him yet, but it's another game, another player it adds to our arsenal for moving forward.
Well, this was our first home match here at Aden Road in just over 4 weeks, and we turn around and have another game at home Saturday, Sutton Coldfield Town. Early thoughts on that?
Yeah, look,
keep the momentum going.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on, Bruce. You got to keep the momentum going now. We'll take this win tonight, bounce into that one. We'll train Thursday as always, and we'll put a plan together of how we think we can go win that game. Look, it's the beauty of it, isn't it? They come thick and fast, and we just keep going with them and hopefully go and win again.
Well, maybe Diamonds have a new strategy: fall behind initially, and then come from behind to win.
I don't think I can keep doing that, if I'm honest, Bruce. Like, it gives me a heart attack on the side when we go one down. But yeah, look, we can't allow it to become a common thing. We've come off that recently. Usually we've gone a goal up, but it's different problems at the moment that we're able to solve as a group, and it's only going to make us better for it.
Charlie, they were just playing murder on the dance floor a minute ago, but that second half was well and truly a murder, wasn't it? 5-1 win. You must be buzzing with that.
Yeah, great to get the win. Obviously, first half not up to standard by any stretch of the imagination. Can't put my finger on why that was. Very slow start, and obviously went to goal down from not the best goal to concede from our point of view, from a long throw, which obviously we already knew about and we'd seen plenty of throughout the game. But when you put in a performance like that in the first half, the only thing you can do is go out and turn it around second half. And I think scoring 5 goals second half and turn it around like that is definitely the way to go.
It's been comeback after comeback in recent weeks. You've now had 2 go in your favour, but tonight, what do you think the difference was in that second half, aside from the red cards, of course, but your team played some fantastic football?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, like you say, the red cards were a big factor in that. But we were at Bedworth a few weeks ago, when we ended up losing 2-1, there was also a red card in that game. And I think we learned our lesson from that game, where we probably went a bit too gung-ho, lost our patterns and play a little bit, whereas today, second half, we much better, moved the ball a lot quicker, and really hurt them, as you saw. So, like you say, 2 comebacks in a row now, and that was a big part of the message at half-time. Obviously, Saturday, we turned it around Saturday, so we knew we could do it. We was 1-0 down, just about having that belief that we could do it again, and obviously we did.
5 goals scored in back-to-back home games now, and 5 different scores tonight. You obviously got the third one, but how important is it to have people chipping in from all over the pitch?
Yeah, very important, massively. Obviously, striker's always going to score the majority of the goals, but listen, in this team, we don't mind who scores, whoever puts in the net, whether it's myself, whether it's Jams, or even if Heathy comes up and sticks one in the net. As long as we're winning games, picking up points, that's all that matters.
Your versatility has really come to the fore in recent weeks. I think you played centre-back for Wellingborough last season, started this season right-back. You're now flourishing in central midfield as well.
Yeah, it's obviously something that I have done before. I mean, to be fair, I've not played centre midfield for quite a while, properly anyway. But yeah, like you say, right-back, left-back, not quite centre-back yet for Diamonds, but if the gaffer needs me to do it, I'll do it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you scored for Wellingborough last season. You've already got 3 goals this term. I mean, what's the secret?
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't score last year. I don't know what the secret is, if I'm being perfectly honest. Just one of them things in football. Sometimes getting a little patch and you score a few goals. Sometimes you have a whole season without scoring a goal. Well, if you're a defender anyway.
And prior to Saturday, we'd had a few tough results, but the reaction from the team in this last week has been exceptional as well.
Yeah, definitely. We know after, obviously I wasn't here, but after last year, it's vital that we just keep picking up points. however way we do it, picking up points at regular intervals, particularly at this place at home. We like to pick up as many points, obviously wins. We've got another home game Saturday, so hopefully we can keep that little run going.
And I just wanted to ask you about that scuffle that happened just after the second red card. I don't think anybody's disputing that those 2 red cards were fair decisions, but what was your perspective of what happened in the technical area?
It's not good, no good for you, but I honestly have absolutely no idea. I saw the tackle, obviously, that got the second red card, and I'd gone over to that to sort of see Fraser, see if he was all right, and their lad that got sent off, sort of get him away, because it was obviously a really poor challenge. But then I turned around and just seen what was going on. I had no idea. There was suddenly about 30 people all in between the dugouts. So unfortunately, I have no idea what happened there.
Up to 6th place in the table now, level on points with a couple of the teams in the playoffs as well. Early days, of course, but psychologically, that must be a massive boost.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something we sort of mentioned originally before Saturday, and again tonight, that it's that incentive to keep picking up points, keep climbing places. Obviously, it's a big leap from Saturday's win, and then, like you say, another jump up a spot tonight. It's massive incentives to us, and we just need to keep picking up points where we can and see where it takes us.
Another game at Hayden Road this Saturday, Sutton Coldfield are the visitors. How important is it now that you take this momentum going into Saturday?
Yeah, it's absolutely massive. It's something that we wanted to do tonight, really, off the back of Saturday, but for whatever reason we didn't quite do that in the first half. But again, we have to use that this Saturday, and hopefully we do it for 90 minutes, really. But as long as we get that 3 points.
I don't need love.